Hello, hello. It's probably Sharon. Welcome back to my channel today for our idea book. I think we're on number 5, idea number 5, how to add pages to an already bound journal. It's already bound. How do we do it? Let's get going. So let's just imagine that you received a Happy Mail that has some cool paper in it, and you're working on a journal currently, but it's already bound. And you're at the point where you're starting to decorate it, and you're like, but I really want to use these pages. How can I add these to an already bound journal? Okay, so to start off with, I'm just going to point out something very random. This is not an image I would put in my junk journal. Does anybody else get angry when they see? I don't know. It bugs me. That image just bugs me. I don't know why. Sometimes when I'm trying to go to sleep at night, I think about it and I just get angry. Is anybody else like that? Is it just me? I don't know. Let's just move on. Okay. I just thought that was random and I wanted to ask if anybody else gets annoyed with that image. I don't know. It's so weird. But yeah, crazy how our minds work. So I'm going to start out with this little one, okay? So it's kind of cardstock-ish. It actually came out of a 6x6 pad that I just cut it down a little bit. So let's try to figure out how can we add this to a journal that's already bound. So of course you want to find your page where you want to put it. I don't want to put it on this one because it's very thin. It's some packing paper from the Amazon box, I think. So I'm going to put it here. Looks like it will be just a good size for that one right there. So I want to make a hinge, and I'm going to use, for this first hinge, just a piece of book page, and I'm just going to simply fold it over. So I've got quite a bit, right? There's quite a bit of room there, but just for some extra interest, I'm going to rip it. It's already ripped, but I'm going to rip it a little bit shorter. And that's just to add a little interest. You can cut it straight, or if you have some pattern scissors, you can do a little pattern, or just, whatever you want. We need some more light here. There we go. All right. So I want to rip it down. So it's about the same size as this paper. Maybe a little shorter. It's better to be a little bit shorter than too long. Okay, and then I want to figure out, so I already decided I want to hinge it on this page. So I'm going to get some Fabrifix. And I need to add it to this side of the little, what do we want to call this? Our little hinge. And you can use a lot of different things for these hinges. You can use, some pretty scrapbook paper or all kinds of things. Ribbon, music pages. I mean, anything really to make these little hinges. Okay, so I'm trying to line it up right with the edge of that page. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I should have inked it. I should have done some inking around the edges, but that's okay. You'll get the idea. This is just an ideas journal, so I'm not too worried about it. It's going to add a little more Fabrifix to, Fabri-Tac, sorry. I keep saying Fabrifix. All right, now I'm just going to tuck this right down into the crease, or the inside. Okay, so we could just leave it. We could just leave it like that. It will stay. It's held in there. But just for fun, I'm going to add a piece of fabric to the other side, just so you can kind of see that you can use different things. So I've just got this piece of fabric, and again, I'm just going to cut it down so it's, about the same size as the page I'm putting in. And then let me hold it up here so I can see where I need to put the glue. So I need to put the glue, starting here and here. I don't want to put too much glue. So I'm doing it on both the page we're adding in and the opposite page. So hopefully you can see this. Just going to put a little line of glue here and then here as well. I mean, you could use washi tape or masking tape. I'm trying to just give you more ideas of what you can hinge it with. Then I'm going to just take my piece of fabric, and this is going to add a lot of interest and character to this part of the journal, I think. And I'm just going to tuck it right down in there. Now, of course, this Fabri-Tac, sorry, is going to come through a little bit, come through the fabric a little bit. That's just normal. So I'm going to put this piece of parchment paper. It's dirty parchment paper, but it's parchment paper. I'm going to tuck that in there just so it doesn't, you know, glue itself together while we work on the next one. The next one we're going to do is a full sheet. We'll just put it right on the next page. I think that'll be just fine. Put the cap back on. All right, we're using, as I've already kind of showed you, we're using this full sheet. So this is how you can add a full sheet to your journal that's already bound. So cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my scoreboard. And you don't need one of these. You can just fold it over, you know, on your own. But I figure since I have one, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to score 1/4 of an inch. No, sorry, 3/4 of an inch. And you could do 1/2 inch probably, but I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch. I will put a link for this below if you're interested. So I put a little score, as you can see there. Then I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it almost to where I made that score line. Try to make it even. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold that down. All right, then I'm going to take the part that I scored, fold it down. Just want to make sure those creases are tight. All right, let's get rid of this. Bring our book back. All right, again, we're going to do here. So, the way I want it to go, so, okay, I'll just explain. You could hinge it to the edge of the page, you know, and have it flip out like this. Woohoo! Way off the book. Or we could hinge it here. You know, you can do it either way, really. Just kind of depends on how you want it to fold out. I'm going to hinge it to the inside. So, obviously, we're going to get the glue and put some glue down there on that little flap. Like my little racing stripe on my nail. My granddaughters were over and they wanted me to paint their nails, so I was letting them pick out what colors they want. Mind you, they're like 3 and 4, and they found one of my little pinstriping bottles and wanted to know if they could have that color, and I was showing them that it's a tiny little brush. It only makes a little stripe, which in hindsight probably would have fit their tiny little nails, but anyway, that's why I have a racing stripe. Okay, so sorry, I keep rambling. Okay, so we have this little flap, and we're going to just tuck it right down there in the middle. And like I said, these pages, or this page is the same height as the pages that are already in the journal. So just try to line that up. Press that glue down. Okay, then I'm going to open this page just to make sure that it still opens okay and that I haven't, you know, overlapped it or anything, because it would really be terrible if we got it all glued down and the glue is dry and when I try to open the page and it won't open because it's overlapped. So I'm just testing it just to make sure. Testing is always good. Back. All right, so, I mean, we can just stop right there. It's in. There's another whole page we added. So cool. I mean, when I first started making journals, there was many times when I would make a journal and think it doesn't have enough pages in it. I wish I could add more pages. And so, I mean, I know there's people out there that need this, need to know how to do it. So, and it's handy. I mean, you can add several different pages to a journal. Okay. I think it's a little plain here, so I'm going to add some washi tape. Just needs a little bit of help. So let's see. Shouldn't have put the lid on. All right, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down just to help the washi tape, because obviously it's not meant to be permanent. So this glue will help it stay down. Need about that much. Okay. There we go. That really adds a lot to it. Doesn't look so plain. And I'm sure somewhere down the line in this series of ideas, we will come back to this page at some point and probably decorate it more. But thank you guys for staying until the end. Oh, side note, my giveaway for my 3,000 subscribers. If you haven't seen my previous video and you want to enter for the giveaway, go ahead and watch that so you can enter for the giveaway. But I will be drawing the name and I will be contacting the person that wins on Sunday, August 31st, 2025. So if you're interested and you haven't entered for that giveaway yet, yeah, go watch my last video and see what all I threw in the package. There's quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for staying until the end. I very much appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.